The musical comedy genre keeps growing on TV and streaming. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, obviously a huge hit, but you've got Schmigadoon on Apple TV Plus, Girls Five Eva, moving from Peacock to Netflix. You can even throw Bob's Burgers into the mix there. This one, though, has a lot of firepower behind it, including the songwriting team that brought us Let It Go from Frozen, Remember Me from Coco, and Agatha All Along from WandaVision. Let's talk about Hulu's Up Here. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the new Hulu series Up Here. This is streaming all episodes now and features Mae Whitman, who you know probably from Arrested Development and Good Girls, many things under her belt. And then Carlos Valdes, who you may know from the Arrowverse on the CW. He's been a part of a bunch of the shows on there. But we've got all these episodes streaming for you to watch. Before we launch into the specifics of the show, though, let me welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. We've got a ton of great movie and TV reviews on the channel. I try to post something new just about every day, so please consider subscribing down below there, or like this video, share it on your socials, or comment below as well. All that stuff does help the channel out. All right, so this songwriting team that I mentioned up at the top, Kristen Anderson Lopez and her husband, Robert Lopez, tons of awards under their belt, but the only one, actually, that they don't have, because they've won an Emmy for Agatha All Along. They've won Grammys for, I guess, for Let It Go, maybe, and some Oscars as well. But the one thing, ironically, they don't have is a Tony, because, you know, it's ironic because you think musical theater, you think, okay, Tony Awards. And in fact, this was, as far as I can tell from what I've read, conceived as a Broadway show. Way back when, like 2015, somewhere in that range. But for whatever reason, it didn't take. And so they decided to sort of reconceive it as a series for Hulu. And so, you know, the songs were kind of already written, which, as I was watching, this is why I sort of was looking into it, because the second episode, you know, each episode has like 2 or 3 original songs. And I thought, man, that's a lot of new songs, you know, to crank out. So I kind of looked it up and I saw, okay, so maybe they already had a lot of these songs, you know, in the works when it was conceived as a Broadway show. But in any event, the plot basically revolves around the two people I mentioned, Mae Whitman and Carlos Valdes. Their characters, Lindsay, the Whitman character, she breaks up with her fiance in the first scene of the first episode and decides to move to New York to pursue a writing career, and that's where she meets Miguel. But their relationship is a bit rocky from the start, because she starts putting him into her novel, putting a character based on him with all of his idiosyncrasies and sexual problems even into her novel. So it goes from there. But the title Up Here refers to the fact that both of them sort of hear the voices of their parents and certain other people, you know, as they go about their lives. So that's sort of the hook for all of this. So look, the chemistry here with the two leads is great. It is, however, very Broadway production like, you know, and that is not necessarily a bad thing. You know, Schmigadoon certainly is that way, but that's more of like a skewering of Broadway. You know, it's funny because I kept sort of hearing, you know, a mix between Kristen Bell and Anna Kendrick in Mae Whitman's voice. I'm not sure that I've ever heard her sing before. I probably have. You know, she's done so many movies and TV shows, but I can't remember. But when she sings, it reminds me of like a Kristen Bell kind of, you know, Anna Kendrick, you know, pairing, and of course Kristen Bell, you know, famous for Frozen. So she's already sang a lot of songs, you know, from this team. But the songs themselves are a bit hit or miss. And I would say, if, you know, I think the second episode maybe only had 2 original songs, but the third one, you know, had a couple more. Each one has like 2 or 3 originals. And I would say that the hit rate is really only about 2/3, like in that maybe 65-ish range, 65%. Not great for a show where they break into song, you know, pretty frequently. So that was not my favorite. And also, The relationship stuff, the character development, all of it pretty basic. It's almost like, okay, let's hang our hat on the musical portion, but then even that's only kind of okay, as it turns out. But the singing is good. Regardless of who Mae Whitman sounds like or whatever, the singing is good. And the songs are, the ones that are good, like, are very, very catchy. They're not as catchy as Let It Go, obviously, but a few things are, right? But the chemistry between the two leads is really good. They're acting the hell out of these scenes, even when the material quite is not there. It's like they're definitely elevating what's on the page, with how they're playing their characters. I've never seen Mae Whitman give a less than great performance. Ever since I first saw her in Arrested Development, every time I see her, whatever the character is, if it's a small role or a big role, she just always knocks it out. She had a minor role in Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is a great movie, and she's so cool in it. So big fan of hers. But the dude I was not really familiar with. I haven't watched much of the Arrowverse stuff, and I'm sure he's done other things. Maybe I've seen him in something, but they are really carrying the day here, because it's not the script and it's only the songs sometimes. So I leave Up Here with a slightly above average grade. I will give it a C+. You can stream all the episodes now for season 1 on Hulu. Don't know if there is going to be a season 2. This was not necessarily listed as a mini series, so we'll see what comes of that. I only watched 3 episodes, so I'm not sure, if the finale is sort of a final type thing or not. But in any event, you can catch all the episodes now on Hulu if you are so interested. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Dan Reviews It. Bye.